Hello coders, today we're going to be unboxing one of these things. This is an Elegoo UNO R3 Arduino project starter or super starter kit. So these are great with Arduino boards as well as other microcontroller boards as well. We're going to be unboxing this and seeing what's inside. So let's get started. Now I've had a few of these before and they all come in this awesome sort of packaging. It's padded packaging. So let's open one of these. The knife in there. So as you can see, the packaging is padded, and this comes in, here we go, this comes in a box like this, which is really super handy because there's lots of different components in here, and they're very easily lost. So it comes with two latches, which is pretty awesome, and we're going to open these up and you can see that there is the Elegoo logo on each latch. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, let's open this up. And what we have straight away is we've got some little documentation. We've also got the Elegoo Super Starter Kit, the CD, and on this CD is some PDFs of different tutorials that you can use, which is super awesome. And then at the top on the lid, there's all the components which we'll go through, as well as in the actual box the various different components themselves. So we're going to go through some of these components, probably not all of them, but some of them, and I'll talk about why I picked this particular starter kit up. So let's put that down there. So the first thing you get is a whole bunch of jumper leads. These are fantastic for, you know, putting in the breadboards and connecting various different devices together, I guess. Very, very handy. This is the board, this is the power supply, and you can see it's got USB type A there, and then the usual power supply module bits. It's solderless, which means that you can actually connect this to a breadboard, which is super, super useful. Let's put that back in its polystyrene sheath. You've also got an LCD screen where you can configure this. Again, all of this is solderless, which is fantastic. So if I take the back of this, which is the sort of the polystyrene wrapper, you can see all the pins that you can connect into a breadboard, which is super, super handy. You've got the USB connection as well. You've also got another LCD screen, which is super handy. Again, solderless, it's got the pins, and you can configure this as well. So there's various different projects and all sorts of things you can do, and it comes with that on that disc that I demonstrated. You've also got the actual UNO R3 controller board itself. This is within the wrapping here, and let's see if I can sort of take this out and show you. So it comes in this sealed wrapper like so. Let's see if I can get into it. Just gonna have to get the knife on this one. Okay, so this here, this is the Elegoo UNO R3 board, okay, and this is pretty awesome. You can see all the headers on the side on here, so you can actually connect things. This also takes power. It's also got the USB in here, and yeah, it's a really good starter board to play with. So I'll put that back down here. You've also got a remote controller as well. If you configure any of the lights that come in with this or any other bits and pieces, then you can control those via your infrared remote controller. I mentioned a lot about a breadboard. This comes with its own breadboard, so just pull that out. This is a long breadboard, like so, and I'll see if I can get this one out too. There we go. So what you do is you connect the components into these particular pins, and then you configure it so these pins line up with the cables that you add into here, and then you can configure those. You can program onto this particular board on that. These breadboards come with some, I'm not sure if these are 3M tapes, but they're sort of adhesive sticker backs, so you can actually stick these to various things, various different surfaces, which is super handy. They also come with these little grooves here, which means that you can connect multiple breadboards together to make your working surface much bigger, which is super, super handy. Moving on to some of the other components though, we have a rotor blade, so if you wanted to create a fan, you could do so with this. We have also got more cables, so these are male to female cables, and they come in various different colors. So usually, obviously, the red is for power, and the green is for ground, and the blue is for or the black is for electric, for data in, data out, that kind of stuff. So this is pretty handy. So you have these headers here, and you have the pins like so. So you can connect these to various different bits and pieces on the breadboard and make your own application, your own configuration. We also have a buzzer, which is super cool. So this is going to make a sound, a little motor as well. We also have, what have we got in here? So that's we also have a little joystick. So you can actually create a little game with this, and that's pretty cool. So this can be moved around. And also we have our lights. So these are the little lights that we have. So you would pin these into the actual board, and you've got different types, you've got different colors. You've got white, you've got red, and you've got yellow and green. So you can configure this to make sort of a traffic light system if you want. And you would connect these into the breadboard, and you would also connect the other various bits to the breadboard, connecting them up with the cables and so. And then you would write the code, put the code onto the R3 board, and then you would control the lights like so. Okay, we've also got a battery as well, because we can power this independently. So if you don't want to have your board connected constantly to power, you can connect this to a battery, so it becomes sort of an isolated unit, which is pretty cool. And we've got various other bits and pieces. We've got jumper leads. I talked about the joystick module. There's also an ultrasonic sensor in here, if I can find it. And we've also got a motor. A motor is pretty cool. So you can connect things to this to then control that particular fan, for example. This, let's see if I can find that, put it on the table here. This fan, so you can connect the motor to the fan, make the motor spin, and the lights go on and so forth. So this here, yes, this is our ultrasonic sound sensor, right? Or not sensor, this ultrasonic sound. So this is going to make a sound come out of it. So you could have this system that creates a beeping noise, or it could light up. You could basically do pretty much anything with this starter kit, which is super cool. And there's various other different things. The amount of jumper leads that we have is 65 in this project, in this starter kit, 65 jumper leads. And you also have 10, you've got 10 cables. These are the male to female duo point. You got 10 of these, but you know, you can do lots of stuff with 10 cables, no problem with that. And yeah, you've got various different other bits and pieces. You've got different types of resistors as well, or different resistors. You've got 120 of these that come in this pack. And of course I showed you the breadboard. There's also those RGB lights. There's a thermostat, there's a diode, and there's a photo resistor, and an NPN transistor too, all in this kit. So let me just take this all out and I will show you the remains. This is also the power thing, so you can connect this to the battery and then connect that in. So this here is all of the things that you get with this kit. Now this kit retails at $43.99. However, I got it on Amazon for about $23, so half price. I'll leave links in the show notes below, as well as the other places that you can get and follow me on How to Code Well. So if you don't know already, you can follow me on Twitter at How to Code Well, watch the YouTube channels, the Twitch live streams where I actually stream and build some things to do with microcontrollers as well as code as well. But for now, that is the Super Starter Kit from Elegoo. It's the R3 version, and it's got everything you need for creating and building microcontroller applications. Personally, I got this because I wanted to use this particular module. This is the power module. And the power module you can pick up on Amazon for about, I don't know, $9. And then I saw this kit and it was like $23, and it had all sorts of other bits and pieces. At the time, I also needed to get some jumper cables as well for a project that I was particularly, building and configuring. So what I did is I just saw this kit and thought, well, why don't I just buy the kit, because it comes with these two things, and it comes with a whole different array of other bits and pieces, as well as this controller board, this microcontroller board, this Elegoo Uno R3 controller board, which I'm going to use and play with later on. But anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. Happy coding, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.